main agenda of today, and I will request Eric Mugo to introduce ourselves.
Good evening, family and friends of Rotary. Eva, you can confirm if I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
Thank you. I'm sorry there's some background noise, but this is us, and that's how we as Jabarians operate. So it's my pleasure to welcome Dr. Wangeshi Wambua. She's a lecturer at Dedan Kimathi University. She's in the School of Nursing. She's actively engaged in impactful cervical cancer research. She's a scholar, and in her pursuit, she has attained a PhD in health science. She has a remarkable resilience and determination, and it's further exemplified by a book that she has written. The book is called Despite Anything, and Jabarians, you're encouraged to take some time and have a look at the book. The book highlights her inspiration and the pursuit towards education as she went for her doctorate, and as she navigates marriage and motherhood. Dr. Wangeshi is a devoted wife and a mother of 3 daughters. Her advocacy for empowerment of women and girls resonates deeply as she is effortlessly mentors and motivates individuals to be the best version of themselves. Dr. Wangeshi enjoys indulging in various hobbies, including baking, board games, crocheting, and home decor, reflecting her diverse interests and creative spirit. She's committed to giving back to the community. She actively participates in philanthropic endeavors as she's a Rotarian and a council member of the Kenya Girl Guides Association. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Dr. Wangeshi Wambua. The stage is yours, Dr.
Thank you so much, Eric, for that presentation. I was asking, is that me? Anyway, as you said, my name is Rotary Wangeshi Wambua. I am a passionate nurse, as you've said, and I'm from the Rotary Club of Nyeri. And in the club, I serve as the club administrator, and I also serve in the district in the membership committee. And I'm in charge of Rotary fellowships and Rotary action groups. So I believe we are ready to engage today. Thank you so much for inviting me, RC Jabali. I've been here before as a guest, and I attended a few of your fellowships before I went back to RC Nyeri, but I'll be back. So I'm kindly requesting if you can give me the right to be able to share my presentation. So it's going to be a very interactive session. I pray that you can be able to indulge me. Most of you are so shy to say how their week was. I hope you'll not be shy to respond to my questions. So just a minute, let me put it in presentation mode. All right, I believe you can now see my presentation well.
Yes,
Eva?
yeah.
All right, it's in presentation mode. Thank you. All right, so I was asked to present on empowering, just a minute, empowering change through Rotary fellowships and action groups. And I'm going to start by showing you a brief clip just to be able to bring you up to speed on what we are talking about. So just a minute.
You think of what interests people have. There's a fellowship for it.
You share the same interest, you share the same hobby.
Photography is a fellowship. Swimming is a fellowship. There's so many fellowships.
In the last year or so, I've gained so much more Rotary friends through fellowship. The fellowship I belong to is a Southern fellowship, and we're able to raise money for polio. Just by riding our bikes.
Your hobbies and making that into a service opportunity, a social opportunity. We do learn to surf events for high school kids, beach cleanups, things like that. It's also attracted people who are into those types of events to seek out what is Rotary about.
Rotary Friendship Exchange is an opportunity for you to visit new places, learn about culture,
To see warmth, friendship. That is the ultimate travel experience in my life.
you get to connect with a family there that will show you around. You explore things you never thought you would explore.
And also sometimes integrating local projects. Friendship exchanges are open to anyone.
It's something you can do with your friends, your family, your kids. Better than a vacation. Hands down, better.
The great thing about a project there is that it brings Rotarians from different parts of the world to one venue. When they come, they are looking for projects that can help them to meet their club goals.
The Rotary clubs offer different projects in different areas of focus.
The hosts put together project visits and other kinds of tours. People become friends. Championship engenders trust.
The personal contact is the main purpose of a project.
ICC or intercountry committees are an important part for these friendships.
The Intercountry Committee operates between two countries.
Very important for Rotary with the social experts to promote activities and relations between the two countries. Projects are done by the clubs and not by the ICC, but they try to help them to do these projects.
Go beyond your borders and do your part to reach these true services.
All right. I believe we've been able to grasp one or two concepts. Allow me to do my presentation off the presentation mode because I think I've lost some control of my slides. So I hope this is okay and you're able to see, view what I'm sharing. Eva, you can respond.
Yes, I can see it.
All right. So we start by talking about the Rotary Fellowships, then we talk about the Rotary Action Groups. And the video that we've watched has just set the space for what we are going to talk about. And basically, Rotary Fellowships are groups of individuals who are interested and connect. They have similar interests that they share. And you've been able to see that they've been engaging in recreation activities, they've been sharing hobbies, they've been sharing sports, vocations, and even culture. So as we progress, we are going to see that these fellowships are normally independent from the RC clubs, and they are organized by people from different countries, and they normally go through a threshold, just the way we go through a normal threshold to be able to come up with a club with at least 25 members, and also observing the Rotary bylaws, we are able to see that these fellowships are formed. And most of them, you see that they are based on the recreational activities and the hobbies. So when we go to talk about the Rotary Action Groups, you'll be able to see that the small difference between the two is that the Rotary Action Groups dwell more on experts. So we are going to cover that when we get to that section. So as we continue talking about these Rotary Fellowships, we can be able to see that there are so many types, as they have said in the video clip that we've been able to watch. There are more than 100 Rotary Fellowships, and they are officially registered with Rotary International. So you can be able to see from the images, and I have a list of several of these fellowships that we have. You can see people who love music, we can see people who are health practitioners, you can see people who love skiing, you can see the golfers, and we have the International Golfing Fellowship of Rotarians, which they normally host tournaments around the world, and you can can be able to see that they have connection with at least 13 chapters from Lithuania to the United States. So you can be able to see how Rotary is able to collect. So beyond the clubs, beyond our district, we can be able to do more through the fellowships. And we have examples, and you can see I've been able to list most of this. In as much as I'm moving the slides, or maybe I may be speaking very fast, all these resources are found in my Rotary. So when you just type Rotary fellowships, you'll be able to even engage some of these fellowships. So you can be able to see from the sample. We have astrology, we have authors, we have bathhouse, we have beer, we have cheers, we have coffee lovers, we have also anything you can think about. You know, there is a fellowship for it. So before you can even go ahead and create a Rotary fellowship, you need to first of all go to this database in My Rotary and check and find that it is not there. Then once you are sure it is not there, then you can start the process of writing up a proposal and giving reasons why you want to start a club, and you need to have at least members from 5 different countries. And then now you can come to the threshold of 25 people, of course, come up with the bylaws, and even put up the list of those who are going to be responsible, basically the representatives or the officials of that Rotary fellowship. So you can see more of these fellowships. We have Rotary on stamps, Rotary on pins. So they go collecting all the pins that you've seen. For example, in this image that is so fast. So you can see this Rotary on pins kind of fellowship. So you can see they collect pins from all over the world, and that is what they love, and that is what they do. I know our DMC Rotarian Kisali is a member of the wine tasters. You can see we have wine here, and during the RI conference they normally meet, and they even organize wine tasting events during that time, because many people have been brought together, and so they're able to now meet and conduct and do some of these hobbies of their own. And you can see we also have the Peace Fellows, which is very common, and we have also even seen some of the applications that are made, and we even had a Peace Fellows training a few months ago. So you are able to see that anything you can think about, real estate, railroads, table tennis, tea lovers, anything you think about, there is a fellowship for it. So we have several benefits of Rotary fellowships, and these normally basically engage the family of Rotary through the shared interest. So you can be able to see. So even those who are interested in the vintage vehicles, who are interested in racing, who are interested in, in aeroplanes, in all those things you can think about, we have a fellowship for all those things. So you can be able to join a fellowship. And basically, you just need to follow the link that is in the presentation. And this link is also in the RI. That is where I was able to get this information from. And we are able to get all these resources if we are able to take some time and engage. So there are so many benefits for you to be a Rotarian. To be a Rotarian, beyond being a Rotarian, you need to join a fellowship. And in that fellowship, you're able to see that you'll find people who share interests with you. So I'm yet to join a fellowship myself. I'm yet to see one that I love crocheting, and I'm looking for the fellowship that does that, so I can be able to be a member and get to engage and see the world from other people's eyes, from their perspective, and even be able to network and learn more. And even from these fellowships, you're even able to come back to your club and even probably have other joint proposal writing, and even now do more things for your club that has been necessitated by you being in a fellowship. So there is more to Rotary than just being a Rotarian and just remaining at RC Jabali. So let me move on and just share a few more of the, somebody saying something? Somebody's talking? No. All right. So we need to, the Rotary fellowships normally assist us, and it has a lot of advantages. For example, promoting our fellowships, because by being in a fellowship, you're able to publicize all those events and activities that you do in your club. And all this can also be organized by the fellowships on your district, or even your club, and even in your website. So once you're able to engage in some of these things, you're able to see there are so many advantages that come with it. So you can even be able to invite local fellowship officers to speak at a local meeting, a virtual meeting, or even district conference about the activities and relate service and work. So for instance, you can be able to call those who love tea. and you're able to listen to them and get to learn how they do their tea. For example, we have tea growing in Brazil, so we're able to learn how they do it and what kind of cultures do they have around taking tea, how they make their tea, because the tea we take in Kenya and the tea that they take in Europe is very different. You go to Europe and say you want tea, you'll just be given some hot water and some tea bags. But in your mind, you're thinking about our brewed tea in Kenya with a generous amount of milk and probably enough sugar, and very hot. So you can see the different perspectives. So being in such kind of a fellowship, you're able to see from their own perspective. And even as I was mentioning, you're able to even seek out to other Rotarians who are outstanding in their professions, because you see now the hobbies that we have also rotate around what we are enthusiastic about our hobbies, about what we love doing. So we can even be able to reach out to other people who are not Rotarians, and then because they love what we are doing, can even encourage them to join a fellowship or even develop new ones. So it is very important that we can be able to join a fellowship, because it's going to help us be able to even promote our clubs and even promote what we do. So being in a fellowship will also help you enrich, your experience as a Rotarian beyond your club and even beyond your district. Also, it will help you be able to interact with other Rotarians, Rotaractors, and even other friends of Rotary. So if you would be interested to organize a new fellowship for your club, you just need to be able to click on the My Rotary fellowships. Then you'll find all those steps that you need to be able to follow to be able to start your own club. So just bare minimum, you need at least 25 potential members who are going to at least represent 5 countries, and then complete an application form that is also embedded in that website, and you give a clear explanation of the group's purpose. Because remember, we said anything that there is to do, any hobby, there is a fellowship for it. So you'd be able to explain that, and then of course provide a copy of the group's bylaws, and these are normally informed by the Rotary International bylaws, and then of course a list of the proposed officers and their responsibilities for that fellowship. So you can be able to see that the structure is basically similar to that one of forming a Rotary club, but you see now here the denominator is hobbies and interests, what people are enthusiastic about, what they love doing. So these are just small links to be able to give you the resources, and you can be able to see we have the Rotary flyers, everything that we need to know about them. Fellowship is available, and you can also reach out to me to be able to get more information that you need concerning anything you want to know about the Rotary fellowships. You can be able to see that we have a team of cyclists here who are Rotarians, and they're in the cyclist fellowship group, and you can see they're doing what they love. At the same time, they are doing what we do, fellowship, friendships, and even the other things that we normally do in RC, in the Rotary clubs, networking. You even get friends who are even more than your family. So there are so many benefits that you would get even as an individual. You're able to grow on your own and even enrich yourself because of the people who you are connecting with and networking with from all over the world. So it goes even beyond just being a Rotarian. So let's move on and talk about the Rotary action groups. And we need to ask ourselves, what are Rotary action groups? Just from the name Rotary action groups, we need to understand who they are. And before we can understand who they are, we need to realize that these are also independent, internationally organized Rotary affiliate groups. And their membership is based on expertise. So the word to underline there is expertise. So they are made up of Rotarians, Rotaractors, Peace Fellows, and even other people who have professional experience. And you can see they have a specific concentration. So for instance, we have so many Rotary action groups. For example, I'm a member of the Health Education and Wellness Rotary Action Group. And this action group, basically what to do is to create awareness about issues concerning health, for example, cervical cancer, HIV, malaria. So we organize school health programs. And in these school health programs, we are able to organize like from the central point, and then now we cascade that to our areas of locality. So we organize and talk to the children about pre-morbid things. You talk to them about preventing infection, preventing illness, being able to stay active, things about personal hygiene, sanitation, proper hand washing. So we organize such things. So you can be able to see that the Rotary Action Groups, the line between the difference between the Rotary Action Groups and the Rotary Fellowships is that the Rotary Fellowships are based more on the hobbies, the interests. But when you come to the action groups, they are based on the expertise. For example, I'm from the health, from the health background, and so I join now the group of health experts. So we have the different vocations that we have, so we are able to join a Rotary Action Group that is based on our experiences, on our expertise. So what do? They help clubs and districts plan and implement large-scale projects in a particular area of service. So as Rotary Club of Jabali, you can actually reach out to the Rotary Action Groups, for example, the maternal and child health, and you're able to reach out to them and you ask them, they can assist you and even probably give you ideas on how you can be able to go about the projects you want to do. They can be able to help you advise you on how to come up with a proposal, the grant writing that we normally do. They're able to advise you because remember, they are the experts who have knowledge in that specific area of concentration. So you can be able to see, so they normally do that, and then they do that because they have that relevant expertise in that area that probably one of the focus areas of Rotary, and you want to do a project, so they are able to come in and assist in that direction. So the screen that we can see, these are statistics for 2023. These are the action group statistics. So you can see that there are 37,500 action group members worldwide, and we have 25 Rotary action groups. And these represent more than 150 countries. And you can see the average size of a Rotary action group is around 1,032 people. So I want to be able to talk more further about these statistics, and you can see from the 37,500 plus group members, you find that the Rotary Action Group for Reproductive Health and Maternal Child Health normally reports the largest figures with 12,800 members. So you can see the interest group of that Rotary Action Group, and we can understand it's because of the issues of the mother and the child and all those issues we have about the maternal mortality, the child mortality, and the diseases that surround the mother and the child. And we find that the average size of each group is at least the 1,032, with excluding the maternal and child health Rotary Action Group. So we have said that they represent all those more than those countries, and we have at least 25 Rotary Action Groups. And you can be able to see from the screen, these are the action groups that we have, and you can see they're categorized based on the Rotary's areas of focus. So you can see the disease prevention and treatment. You can see the addiction prevention. So you can be able to skim through and see which one speaks to your heart more, or where do you feel your expertise is. So I had mentioned earlier that I'm a member of the Health Education and Wellness Action Group. So you can see we have the peace building and conflict prevention. We have the peace, the refugees. We have the WASH, where we have the water, sanitation, hygiene, and even the menstrual health. We have the disaster assistance, community economic development, maternal and child health, where we have the club food, and even the productive maternal and child health, which normally carries the most number of members. Then you have the supporting education, the environment, and even the action groups that align with more than one area. Because when we talk about food plant solutions, we are talking about food security, we are talking about nutrition. So there are many things that it cuts across. So you may ask yourself, are there dues that are paid when you are a member of any Rotary Action Group or any Rotary Fellowships? So for instance, the Health Education and Wellness Action Group, we don't pay any dues. They don't ask for any money. However, if you want to donate something, there is a way you can be able to donate and facilitate the activities of that Rotary Action Group. So we need to understand that these action groups that have been listed normally focus on the area. Pardon? Hello? All right. So the Rotary areas of focus, it is you to be able to identify on your own which one speaks to your heart more. And then now you point out, and now click on the link in my Rotary, and you're able to follow the link. It will lead you to like the email address or how you can be able to contact the specific Rotary Action Group, and then they will respond back to you. So for instance, for the Health, Education and Wellness Rotary Action Group, so when I sent out the email, I was able to give a brief background. So there are the issues you're supposed to, so you send a brief bio of your own and talk about yourself, and be able to demonstrate why you want to be in that action group and what is your expertise. So I did that, and they responded back and requested for probably a picture of myself, and probably the activities that I'm engaging in that deal with health education. And why I joined that is because part of the creating awareness that they're doing is on cervical cancer, and most of my research is based on cervical cancer. So I felt more inclined and be able to join these people, and I've been able to get networks from this group where we are able to even now come up with things that we can do together, even from a personal level and even from a club front. So you can see that the advantages and the benefits of being in a Rotary Action Group go beyond you, beyond the club, to even you yourself as an individual. So somebody would want to ask why. Probably I've talked about some of the reasons, but we can be able to look at what is the basic information. So you can see they support the Rotary strategic objectives. So the RI strategic objectives, and you can be able to see that these RI strategic objectives are 3. So one is to increase our impact as Rotarians. For example, you know, about eradicating polio that has been there, and we've been able to leverage, and the legacy is already there. And of course, focus on our programs, and we don't look at our 7 areas of focus, and we are able to see at least the Rotary Action Groups are able to address each one of these focus areas, and then improve our ability to achieve and measure impact. Very important. Another thing is to expand our reach. So because of the focus of having experts in these Rotary Action Groups, you can see we are able to grow and diversify our membership and even our participation. Just the same way we talked about the Rotary Fellowships being able to attract other people who are not Rotarians, we can also use the Rotary Action Groups to be able to attract other people to joining Rotary, and then create new channels into Rotary. That is what I've just said, and then increase the openness and even the appeal to Rotary's image, and then build awareness of our impact and even our brand. Another thing is to be able to enhance participant engagement because of supporting clubs. Okay, we talked about the experts and us reaching out to the Rotary Action Groups. They are able to give us advice and better engage us as members of the specific Rotary Club based on probably the grant we want to write or the project we want to work on. They also help develop a participant-centered approach to deliver value. So they also offer new opportunities for personal and professional connection and provide leadership development and skills training. So you can be able to see how much you have been missing out. So I hope by the end of this session that we're going to have, we are going to go and engage the Rotary Action Groups. You're even going to join them and become members so that you can be able to reach out to other people and be able to be more of impact. So the 3 main Rotary strategic objectives are the increase our impact, expand our reach, enhance participant engagement, and of course, increase our ability to adapt. So we are able to increase this by building a culture of research, innovation, and willingness to take risks, because once we are able to start writing these grants, we want to do this project. You see, we are engaging with experts. So in the process, we are able to get skills to be able to innovate, you know, to do research, and even go out there and try and do what we have not done before. So we are taking risks, and also streamline governance structure and processes, because when we work with the experts, we are able to do things the way they're supposed to be done in the ideal and even in standardized processes. And of course, review governance to foster more diverse perspective in decision making. So we have this flow chart. So basically, this is how the action groups normally will enhance the impact, and of course, be able to increase or make the public image better by first of all, we have now the Rotary action groups existing, and then we have, we invite the expertise, and then of course, we're able to get partners, and we're able to attract more funds to our clubs, as well as other resources. For example, we talked about the training and even increasing our governance. Then you can see how impactful these projects are going to be, and how we're going to go all out in a large scale, and then have projects that are sustainable. And then of course, with all that, we're able to see that we're going to get very good publicity for our Rotary clubs, and even great publicity for even our district, when we are able to reach out and make use of the Rotary action groups that are available. So basically, this is just an image to just show you how the impact of the action groups. You can see in the year 2022-2023, the action group supported 1,244 projects. You are able to see that 83 of these were TRF global grant projects. And you can see out of the 25 action groups, 15 assisted at least one TRF global grant. You can be able to see the impact, and this is very impressive. So I hope by next year we are going to be among the 83 TRF or even more global grants that have been funded by the Rotary Foundation. So, and it raised $1.1 million for the projects, and you can be able to see the great impact that is it. And this is what we are talking about when we are talking about the Rotary Foundation and even being impactful. So these are some of the Rotary action groups that have been able to make very impactful projects. So you can be able to see like the Rotary action group for family health and AIDS prevention. Basically, this was a signature program by the Rotary, which is the Rotary Family Health Days. So this is basically a 3-day annual event which provides comprehensive health services to more than 400,000 beneficiaries in more than 350 sites across Africa and parts of India. So somebody would want to ask about these 350 sites. Remember, I talked about the action group I'm engaged in the health, education, and wellness. So normally we are talking about a project we want to do, for example, the school health awareness. So we now cascade it to our own groups, okay, to our own Rotary clubs back at home. So that is why now like the 350 plus were able to cascade now these things and support their class. So the program leverages on more than 5,000 Rotarians and more than 400 plus Rotary clubs. So you can be able to see that the impact is great. And then we have the reproductive health, maternal and child health action group, the one that we say that it carries the majority of the members who are in the Rotary action groups. So this basically focuses on improvement of the maternal and child health through training of health professionals, provision of medical supplies, surgical intervention, and public awareness. And we can see that this program was able to reduce maternal mortality by 60% and newborn mortality by 15% in participating hospitals. So from the image you're able to see there, this was a high impact program that actually even enabled the public image for Rotary to go out there. And this was a project that was done in Nigeria. And they did a pilot and engaged 10 hospitals in between 2005 and 2010. And the program was scaled up to 25 hospitals in Nigeria. And this program was able to reduce now that maternal mortality from 60 to 15% in that period of those 5 years. So you can be able to see how that impact was. You know, you can imagine maternal and newborn mortality going down to those levels. This is very impactful. And so several districts were able to engage, for example, districts in Nigeria, in Germany, in Australia, and even hundreds of Rotarians were able to participate in this particular program. So through this connection, you're able to see that this program was able to bring so many grants, you know, leverage on so many grants from the German government, the Austrian government, and they were able to pull this. So this would not have been possible if this district was not able to work with other districts in Rotary and be able to come up with this. So we can see that the impact of of the action groups goes even beyond health. You can see we have the water, sanitation, and hygiene Rotary Action Group, and you can be able to see that this basically functions as an expert consulting entity and helps clubs and districts undertake the WASH project. So this particular project that you can see here, this was a project that was able to be supported by some NGOs, and they were able to assist in building these wells, and they were able to drill the water for these communities. Then we have the action group where members can engage and even participate. And the main benefits are basically they equip us with the skills that once we are trained. And you can see we also get a global platform to be able to leverage our professional expertise and be able to engage in humanitarian service. Already what we are doing in our clubs, but once we go out there and we're able to reach out to other action groups, you can see how impactful this can be. And of course, offer leadership opportunities, just the same way Rotary normally offers us opportunities to be able to lead and even get leadership skills. You can be able to see as Rotarians, Rotaractors, and even Peace Fellows, we are able to benefit. And even at this, we are also able now to, for example, the Peace Fellows, they're even able to meet now the alumni of that training and that fellowship, and they're able to even engage more. So it also gives members some virtual and in-person connection for service and partnership. Remember, when we were watching the video on the fellowships, we were able to see that these projects normally provide personal contact. So you're able to see even the personal contact and the networking is available even with the action groups, just the same way it is with our clubs. So it also offers members an opportunity to be able to come up and make sustainable impact through various service areas. And we've been able to see, for example, with the Nigerian project. So these are opportunities to be able to serve in our Rotary action groups beyond our clubs and even beyond our districts. So you can be able to see, and once you open the My Rotary action groups, you're able to see these circles, the cluster map is active. So you're able to actually click on it and follow and be able to get more information. So you can see we're able to connect with like-minded members and participants and even initiate partnership between clubs and even between districts. So you can be able to see that they really connect people and bring people from all over the world together. So we do this even when we go for the Rotary international events and even the activities we do, and also are able to initiate partnerships. So you can see these are the Rotary groups that we can be able to engage the alumni of the Peace Fellowships, and I'm about to finish. And this is just an illustration of how the action groups normally attract new people and new skilled members, basically by collaborating with organizations that have technical field expertise, and we are able to get new skills. Members join Rotary, and we are able to grow our membership that way. So these are action groups that support global grants and even the district resource networks. So these are basically the benefits. Just you get the technical expertise, enhancing our Rotary impact and even image. We are able to get opportunities to engage with others beyond our districts and even in our clubs, and even be able to meet like-minded people and participate and engage in Rotary activities, and also get support for our global grants and our district resource networks. So that brings me to the end of my presentation, but I would want to leave you with how you can be able to join or work with an action group. So basically, when we click on the link that is on My Rotary, we're able to find more information, and we're able to join the groups individually if you'd want to. But if you want to request for assistance for any project or even implementation, you can be able to contact the information of each group, and this is found in the action groups directly. Rotary, just type the action groups. So let's go out there and let's do the best we can to be able to enjoy Rotary beyond our clubs and even beyond our districts. Thank you so much. I welcome any questions at this juncture. Over to you, Eva.
Wow, thanks a lot, Wangeshi. I have learned a lot. I'd like to give this opportunity to anyone with questions. You can just raise your hands and we'll give you the opportunity to ask a question. And I would like to start with a question. You mentioned that Rotary action groups, like the one you belong to, does not have dues, but to Rotary Fellowship have dues.
Okay, just as I mentioned about the Rotary action groups, the Rotary fellowships also, not all of them. It just depends on which one you join, but majority of them don't have dues. So it just depends on which. So you have to actually reach out and look for where your interest is, and then find out more about that particular Rotary fellowship, and then now you can be able to get the information.
Do you have anyone with a question?
Perhaps just a comment and just to say thank you. It's been quite a crash course on fellowships and action groups that I believe as a young club that we can be, and young fellows in Rotary, we can be able to tap into, and we are having this information as early as now. So let us tap into the learnings, and also let's try and join the fellowships and the action groups to grow our Rotary network. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Eric. I think I also normally hear about Rotary action groups, Rotary fellowship from the name, but I've never really known what they're all about. So this has been an eye opener for me as well. Do you have any other questions before I welcome Job for the vote of thanks? Since the presentation was well understood, thank you very much, Wangeshi. Job, over to you.
Thank you so much, Eva. Yeah, good evening, Rotarians and guests. Can you hear me, Eva?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yes, I'd just like to move our vote of thanks to thank Dr. Wangeshi for accepting to come and educate us on Rotary actions and Rotary action groups and fellowships. It has been very enlightening. Indeed, before today, I didn't know so much about action groups and fellowships. And in fact, I was when I saw your name in the district membership committee team, and then it was written Rotary fellowships, I was thinking maybe it's just the normal fellowships that we do have, but it turns out that it means a whole different other thing, and it's a good avenue for us to be able to expand our reach, but also to find ways in which we can be more active within Rotary. I want to believe as members of Jabali, we have really benefited from this, and we have taken things that we can be able to implement within our club going forward. So thanks so much.
Thank you, Job. At this moment, I would like to give opportunity to any director of Jabali who may have an announcement or anything for us. Going once, going twice. Our president has something.
Okay, good evening, gents and ladies, fellow Rotarians. I hope you are well. So on the 27th of this month, we are having the DG's visit to the club, and the DG will be visiting us as a family. That's the cluster 7, which is Rotary Jabali, Rotary Magharibi, and industrial area. So for the DG's visit, the plan is to visit one of the club's projects physically, which is Magharibi. They have a project in Gatundu, and they are doing an ablution block, and they have invited us to also plant trees on the same day, Jabali. Jabali and industrial area will do the trees bit, and in the afternoon there'll be a club. In the evening, there'll be a club fellowship for the 3 clubs in College of Insurance South Sea. And because we are supposed to be meeting bi-weekly, we will, instead of having our meeting on the 28th, we'll ask our members to please join our club and the other clubs in the college for a physical meeting in the College of Insurance, where the DG will also be visiting and having fellowship with us. And on the other hand, for 27 being a Tuesday, it may be hard to find people to go and represent Jabali. But if possible, we have 3 slots. In one of the cars going to Gatundu for Rotary Jabali members or representatives. So is anyone available? We already have 1 volunteer, so we need 2 volunteers on the 27th. Meetup is at around 8 a.m. somewhere in town or Park Class, thereabout, or along Thika Road, because they are driving that way. So I'll really appreciate if we have 2 volunteers from Jabali to go and fly our flag high and represent us in the visit. And of importance is that on the 27th, in the evening, we will move our Jabali Wednesday to Jabali Tuesday and join the other clubs at the College of Insurance. Thank you.
Okay, this is well noted, Mr. President. I hope we'll all be there for the meeting. I know during the day most people are working, but in the evening, I hope we all get to show up. I see Hamisa with the hand raised.
Hi, Eva. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Hamisa.
Okay, apologies for the background noise. I'm currently outside. Before I start the essay section, is there anyone with anything else to add?
I do have something to add. We have a home visit this month on 31st. We're visiting one of our members. We say baby visits. So guys, remember to register if you would like to attend so that the host can know how many folks she'll be expecting. So this is Priska.
Okay, thank you very much, Eva, for that. Anyone else with anything to add? Okay. I'd like to appreciate Wangeshi for the very extremely informative session. As a new Rotarian, I just thought Rotary was all about fellowships, okay, the weekly fellowship that we have, and also just the projects. And it's nice to see that there's a whole lot more that Rotary encompasses, and there's still a lot for us to learn. So for that, I'd like to give out 2 happy dollars. One for the very extremely informative session, and also for all the possibilities that Rotary has to offer to all of us. Anyone else? Maybe Eva, you could show the pay bill for the happy dollars.
There you go, Amisa.
Thank you so much, Mr. President.
Let me also, in the same spirit, 2 happy dollars from me for Eva's presidency today, and second, Wangeshi's insights. And I think Wangeshi, maybe if you did not have a career as a doctor, should have been a rapper. Ilikuwa ina flow. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Anyone else? There's no one else who's happy. You could be happy that, you know, it's a new month. The year is almost over. It's almost December.
Job came late to the meeting. She's snitching, but
Okay, Job on a fine apple. And we have $3 happy in the chat. And from Wangechi Kinuthia and $2 happy from Gadua. Job, there's a fine for you, and Mr. President, a fine for you for being a snitch. Okay, over to you, Eva. Or Mr. President, you could perhaps close the meeting if there is no
then
other agenda.
for risk of being insubordinate and insubordinate. Eva, hi. Maybe she's on mute.
I don't know where she is. We have more happy dollars, 2 from Job and
Pia
2
wewe,
from.
we'll fine you for trying to end our call before we get. We now have 5 more happy dollars.
They were quiet. Sasa, how they were quiet? I asked. They were not yet decided. So I would have found the happy dollars, but because I'm also happy today, there was some hair leo.
All right, seems you need to find Eva for absconding duty then.
Eva,
We,
can you hear us? Are you with us?
we still, I hope she's safe and sound.
I can hear you now. I was wondering what's
Okay.
happening. I couldn't hear a thing.
Sorry, but we'll find you still.
For what?
You're supposed to not have technical difficulties as our head.
Yeah, I cannot listen to me.
You know, we look up to you.
Noted.
The girls were shining today. We have more happy dollars in the chat, please.
Yeah, I can see a couple of happy.
I've already read them out. We have 3 from Kennedy and 2 from Samuel.
Samuel Mureide.
Okay, no, you're Samuel. I know this is Samuel Karanj SK.
Why are you not calling him all 3 names?
I only know 2.
Okay. Eva, you can now take charge. I can mute.
Thank you, Taylor. I would like to know if we have any visiting Rotarians or Rotaractors. Apart from our guests. It seems not. Thank you all for taking time to attend today's fellowship. I hope we have all learned a lot, like I have. So to end this meeting, we shall have our right hand on our chest, and I shall give a toast in conjunction with the Rotary Club of Nyeri, the Rotary Club of Nairobi Central, and the Great Rotary Club of Jabali. I give it Rotary and Rotary world over.
Rotary and Rotary world.
Thank you.
Rotary and Rotary world over.